Joined on the news by Bolu Michael-Biyi, a foreign policy analyst, to further unpack the latest developments. Hello, Bolu. Thank you so much for joining me at this time.
Hi, good day. Thank you for having me.
All right, so taking a look at the Israeli, Hamas conflict. Now, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has actually said that his country's victory in the war with Hamas will take many more months to achieve. And his tone is definitely not looking like someone who is ready to back down. What is your take on this?
It's quite unfortunate that these are the rhetorics that we're getting after months of advocacy and persuasion to at least provide the people of Palestine some respite. And it sounds like a setback, and that we're just advocating and talking to ourselves basically, and actually taking one step forward and 10 steps backward, of just being on a treadmill, jogging, but not actually going in any direction. It sounds like Israel is not backing down in any way or open to any form of negotiation. And the fact that the war is being approached with a mentality of there must be a winner and there must be a loser sends a strong message that Israel is not that open to having a truce, whereby there's no victor nor vanquished, but having a solution that is, acceptable to both parties. Quite unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate indeed. Now, while the Israel doesn't seem like it's ready to back down, Netanyahu's recent description of Iran as the head of the octopus and the orchestrator of the conflict, and the likes of the Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas as just mere arms, with all of that, should we anticipate an escalation of the war across the whole Middle East region at this point?
Maybe not at this point, but it's very important that the United States, kind of tone down the rhetorics, or maybe all parties involved try to, tone down the rhetorics that can incite the other parties to, to another level of the conflict. Describing Iran could be provocative to them, and one man freedom fighter is another man's terrorist. To some people or some nations, Iran and all these groups fighting under their umbrella, according to the U.S., are actually running a just cause. But to the United States and other Western powers, they may not seem that way. So, the U.S., I believe they have their facts or basis to label Iran as the head of the octopus, and the in quotes terrorist groups as the friends. I believe they have their facts, and it's important for them to always come clean at any point in time when they are holding a position.
All right, now, Bolu, there have been series of attacks on ships in the Red Sea, and this is actually one of the world's most important routes, especially for oil and consumer goods. Now, with security situation there deteriorating, which will seriously affect international trade, if I must say, do you think that this will bring about negotiations from world powers and also, hopefully, an end to the war?
No, okay. The two things can happen: is that there's a negotiation or there's no negotiation, and there are two parties to this. There's a side of the discussion of the discourse that believes that don't seem open to negotiation. That is Iran and other Middle Eastern countries, and also there's another part that they have an unwritten policy. The United States has an unwritten policy of negotiating with terrorists, and even though the Iran and other Hamas and the rest that Iran allegedly are supporting, they have been labeled terrorists. It's unlikely that the United States will want to negotiate with Hamas or Iran because of their policy of not negotiating with terrorists. So it seems like it's going to be a back and forth for a bit. I do not see a situation whereby there's going to be a negotiation anytime soon, because on one hand, so U.S. does not believe in negotiation with alleged terrorists, and the other hand, the current situation, the current posture of Iran does not suggest that they'll be open to negotiation. So I don't see negotiation happening soon, unfortunately.
All right, you just said the U.S. doesn't believe in negotiation, but the U.S. has actually stressed, that it believes that the creation of a Palestinian state is the only way to guarantee Israel's long-term security. Putting the U.S.-Israeli divide on the matter, on sharp display. Now, I'd really love to hear your expert's opinion on this school of thought.
Yeah, the thing is, action speaks louder than words, and Israel does not believe in, they believe in having their own, having it all, so to speak. And the United States, on the other hand, they believe in, having a situation whereby they are coexisting. But in practice, it doesn't suggest that, they actually hold that school of thought, having a once, coexisting states of Palestine and Israel together, because Israel and the US, they're having contradictory views now, and US in practice, they are financing Israel, to continue this war. So based on US action, it's contradictory to the position they are holding. So I believe that US are just, they're just saying their own, but in practice or at the back of their mind, they actually align in Israel's mission of, not having a, coexisting with Palestinians, so to speak. But it's very important for them to recognize that human lives are being lost. There's just ordinary people that want to get by on a daily basis. And the people should be put first, should be at the forefront of issues as against their own personal, political, or economic interests.
That's a very important take that you actually put forth, Bolu. Thank you so much for joining us at this time and speaking on this latest development.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.